Smith surgical papyrus, the most important document in the history of science, surviving from the pre-Greek age of mankind. Not the age of mankind, the focus on the pre-Greek. Okay, so lies the story as remarkable as the papyrus itself. Like in Thebes, if he was a man of great intellectual gifts, why would he purchase something that had more? He should have just thought about it and create this. How it came into the possession of the New York Historical Society lay many years virtually unnoticed, was at length rediscovered and brought to Dr. Bress's attention. And finally, under his close scrutiny, has revealed as the oldest known scientific treatise surviving from the ancient world. It is described in the introduction to one of the most illuminating glimpses we have ever had into the astonishingly developed medical knowledge of ancient Egypt. Bro, it contains, for example, for the first time in human speech, a word for brain. Now, you have to understand the finesse. You see, I'm gonna bring this one, right? You've probably seen images of this, but I like that, right? I like Le Penseur. And the reason why I like Le Penseur, origin, and the gates of hell, right? Because we have to understand that that was brought to us. That was brought to us, right? Then they put your mind in them shackles. Okay, they've tried to create an imprisonment for you. They tried to put a hell for you. That's what they created, okay? A place where you have chaos. See, that box is conditioning, right? They have to create a way for you to accept the circumstance, okay? That's why it took them so long for them to push it in. Remember, they put it into the pen. This right here, this was for the competition. And I wish we had the shoes, man. You already see all the different types of races they have, right? They got track and field race, they got NASCAR, they got Grand Prix, they got go-karts, they got the arms race. But I wish we had these though. You know what I'm saying? I wish we had these because then that would have helped us, in shackles. We have to destroy the shackles. Remember, all of this is to stop your development. That's all it is. Of course, they're gonna show a non-human because that's what they want to do. They have to find ways to create you and put you in an unnatural state. They got to take the God out of you, right? The God out of the God body. So you're just a body. They finesse it. It's a thought, right? So if you are following a recipe to do anything, right? A recipe. For example, if right here they're talking about baking a cake, you're using abstraction. In this example, you're following only the necessary steps to prepare and bake the batter. And software engineering and computer science, remember, not God body engineering, mechanical engineering, right? For the machine, unnatural. Abstraction is the process of generalizing concrete attributes away from the study of objects and systems to focus attention on details of greater importance. Now, the details, okay, and what they think is of greater importance is, again, I'm not letting this go, bro. I can't let it go because they went out their way to do this. The biggest thing about it, they have to make you think. The Everest Papyrus artifact that played a critical role in disrupting the then dominant narrative of the history of medicine. Look at that, right? Okay, good. They went ahead out of their way to steal, right? Because all of this is just thieves. That's all it is. Look at this. His return to Prussia. Okay. Look at this. It is important to note that Lepsius' first expedition did not only contribute to our knowledge of Egyptian monuments, the language, but to the geography of this region. With a carefully chosen team of specialists, Lepsius was able to take more time and care in investigation and recording than anyone had before him. The expedition was instrumental in adding depth and detail to any further understanding of Egyptian antiquities. So the Edwin Smith Papyrus, discovered in 1862 outside of Luxor, Egypt, is the oldest known surgical text in the history of civilization. The surviving scroll, a copy of an earlier text from around 3000 BC, so the scroll itself is a copy of something even before then, gives us remarkable insight into the medical practice of ancient Egyptians and the Nile River bed during the dawn of civilization. The papyrus is divided into 48 cases, most of which describe traumatic injuries. Although in modern medicine, We take for granted that the use of physical examination and rational thinking led to an accurate conclusion 5,000 years ago. This was extraordinary. The Edwin Smith Papyrus casts aside the prevailing magic and mysticism of that time in favor of logic and deductive reasoning. Look at this. It would not be until 300 BC when Hippocrates and his his disciples in ancient Greece would once again revive logic and medical thinking and teaching. That's the discovery. It's right here, but real quick, I just want to go straight to the point, right? Where you're gonna, so you see it's in the museum, right? Where the invaders went in. So look at that. The extremity of external infections by using molds from bread, first antibiotic. Look at that, using nature. Treated night blindness with ox livers and scurvy with onions. Plants were incorporated to treat eye disorders, while honey mixed with grease was applied as a wound salve. They prescribed pills, enemas, suppositories, and elixirs. They invented a contraceptive solution which killed sperm. They made use of a pregnancy test which accuracy is believed to be of 40%. They sealed wounds with adhesive tape or suture. Additionally, it is well expected and understood that the practice of mummification fostered the collection of data regarding human anatomy and body. Moreover, historical records such as the Epirus Papyrus and the Edwin Smith Papyrus, remember, both of them, and remember, they were sold to them, demonstrate how ancient Egypt heavily relied on medical knowledge rather than focusing their entire medical practice on cast spelling. It is right here, right? Where it says, requires to swear on a number of healing gods. Think about that, bro. And right here, that's crazy, man. To swear upon a number of healing gods. What does it sound like? It's exactly how it sounds like. But see that? See that? Criminalized.